Thank you, Dave, and thanks to the Nashville Waste Services team and Director Tracy Thurman especially for inviting me here today to celebrate the reopening of the East Convenience Center. Fun fact, this is the convenience center that I typically use on a day-to-day basis, and even used it today. I had a banana on the way here and realized that I've got a great opportunity to compost my banana peel. But what I want to share with you today is that as our city grows, so must our infrastructure, and this project right behind me is a wonderful example of how we are investing in improvements that make our city work better for our residents and, importantly, for our workforce. After more than 2 decades of operations without significant upgrades and enhancements that we're unveiling today are long overdue. A brand new entrance building, a redesigned driveway and approach, and safety railings will create a friendlier and safer experience for customers and Nashville Waste Services employees. This is the type of infrastructure that we deserve. I've had the great privilege of working with Nashville Waste Services staff over the past few years, and specifically with Director Tracy Thurman as she builds out our city's first standalone waste services department. Seeing her vision, drive, and determination and the growth of her staff has been rewarding. In many ways, the reopening of this facility is an exciting sign of what's to come as we sharpen our focus on solid waste and materials management policy and strategy while achieving operational excellence in the provision of waste and materials management service. All of this is done to deliver more reliable service to Nashvillians and more sustainable service to Nashvillians. And with that, I'd like to introduce Councilmember Sean Parker.
All right, good morning, everybody. So they've got me following Kendra, which is always difficult. I don't have as great of remarks to share, but I did just want to thank everybody for coming this morning. Welcome you to District 5. District 5, East Nashville as a whole, is super duper excited about the East Convenience Center getting its first facelift in 24 years and reopening for service to the public. It's probably one of the top questions that I've gotten in the last few months when this project has been going on is, when's the East Convenience Center opening? And I'm really, really excited to share with everyone that we are open. And this beautiful new facility, well, not new facility, but this beautiful facelifted facility is ready for business. So bring your stuff by. I want to thank all the people who've worked on this. Coach Lamont, who's doing a great job over here running the center. I came by right before it closed to drop off a bunch of stuff, and I saw Sharon Smith and her team out here looking at some issues and doing some analysis. And of course, I want to thank the person that I am going to turn it over to now, Director Tracy Thurman, who is our first director of our standalone professionalized solid waste department. So I want to bring her up and thank her very much for her work on this.
So this is really exciting to actually have the East Center and all the improvements that we have here. The biggest thing I think is the signage and how everything's been refreshed, and now that it's going to kind of get a better customer service experience. There's directional signs. We've got a nice new booth for Coach Henry that's in there in the front, kind of handing out stuff and doing customer service for us at the best. So now there's more opportunities to recycle and from composting to doing your electronic waste, your hazardous waste. That's what the East Center is all about. And the East Center is our most popular center. So we've kind of done a lot of work on the facility. I want to thank Jen Herman and Sharon Smith. I mean, you guys have done the signage and you're doing the outreach. And I always tell Sharon, I still tell Sharon, if there wasn't a Sharon, there wouldn't be a Tracy. That's for sure, because she's been the long-standing, member of this department and been kind of pushing for recycling for many, many years. So, I thank her for that leadership on that. I want to thank Mr. John Honeysucker. So he was able to get codes out here to work with us from Metro Water and the codes department. And, all of those things are very helpful for us, because in coordinating our infrastructure and the utilities, kind of hooking our booth up. So it's great. I want to thank our NDOT team, because they were actually helpful with us too in making some of these. We're kind of adjacent partners with them in the next lot. And so they were helpful for us in this. And then I want to thank a lot of our new team members. We've got Assistant Director Winters Patterson here, and I want to thank her for her leadership. And then I've got some new folks on board. I've got Mr. Shane Draper, and he is a Superintendent, Waste Administrator. He's worked, really got down in the weeds and got hands-on with this facility, as well as Scott Barrett, our operations manager. So they really kind of took a great deal of pride and leadership in this and getting this above, and up and running. So we've also got our finance managers, Jesse Dillard here and Andrew. And then Clay Hands in the back there. So Clay's always been involved with our team. And then I've got Matt Purvis, our council liaison, and Eddie Dean here, our IT manager. So we couldn't do that without a lot of the hands in here. And I see Dave Foster back there, but we've got a lot of folks that are coming on board, and we've had a lot of folks that have been in waste services. But this is about improving our accessibility for Nashville to handle their waste properly and really divert from the landfill. That's the most important thing. So everything that we're doing here, there's 4,000 visitors that come here a month, and we're diverting over 240 tons away from the landfill every day. So we're doing our best to bring down those numbers that we're landfilling and provide those opportunities. So I just want to say thank you. I want to say thank you to the mayor and the council for these appropriations, because those capital dollars have helped us in this project, and it's pretty significant. And we look forward to bringing more things forward for Nashville. Thank you.
Okay, and now we have the ribbon ceremony over here. If the council member and Kendra Abkowitz and the director would come back up, we'll do a ceremonial ribbon cutting. You might want to get bigger scissors. You may want to like that, because they're kind of hard to grab. Right. Yes.
I think we borrowed them from NDOT.
We did borrow them from NDOT. That is true.
Yeah.
Trying to be in the middle.
Would you like me to do a countdown, or do you want to do? Yeah. Okay. I'll do a countdown. I'll do a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5, 4. Watch the wind. 3, 2, 1. All right.
This has been a service of the Metro Nashville Network. If you would like to see this presentation again, or for more information on this and other programs, visit nashville.gov.